some winners, I guess, in the One Nation sense and in Nick Xenophon's team. So there's going to be some analysis of that.
You look nationally, the One Nation vote is actually higher than the Xenophon vote. Why do you think people have voted for Pauline Hanson's One Nation in such large number?
Well, I respect the fact that more than 300,000 Australians have chosen to mark number one in the One Nation box. I mean, you've got to respect that.
Why do you think
I don't agree with just about everything I've ever heard the lady say herself. But I respect the fact that there is a protest vote out there, or people who are disenchanted or disengaged with what goes on here in Canberra, and they want us to get better. And I think we have the opportunity, hopefully in government, but certainly over the next few years, I hope we get that opportunity to get better as a government and to be more open, more transparent, and to engage with people on issues that concern them. And sometimes you're getting caught inside this Canberra bubble where the issues being discussed here are not the issues they're talking about in East Gippsland in my electorate, or in far north Queensland, or in Western Australia. I mean, we need to make sure that all Australians feel represented by this place.
The issues she talks a lot about are things like Islam, for example. Is that the sort of issue you think you need to be talking about?
Well, it's important that she can campaign an emotion, but we have to govern in fact. And unfortunately, One Nation is very good at pointing out problems or issues, but very poor at coming forward with solutions and the facts of the situation. Obviously find them wanting on many occasions. Now, I think we need to have a very reasonable, rational and moderate debate. We don't need more division in this place. We don't need more division in our community. But having said all of that, I still fully understand and respect the fact that more than 300,000 Australians felt that was a good place to post their vote. In my own electorate, about 20% of people who voted for me in the House of Reps voted for someone else in the upper house. So they've always had a bob each way. They've said, OK, we don't mind our local bloke, the National Party fella, he's doing OK, I'll vote for him. But about 20% of them went somewhere else in the Senate vote.
So how do you now approach the presence of Pauline Hanson's One Nation in the Senate?
I think you do it respectfully. You acknowledge that they've earned the right to be there, and as much as we need to show respect to her and her colleagues, she needs to accept the responsibility that comes with being a senator and having this microphone, this soapbox, this opportunity to talk to the Australian people. A responsibility comes with that, and you've got to actually be moderate and respectful in your language as well, and bring people with you and come forward with solutions rather than trying to be divisive.
Do you think she will be?
Well, that's up to her. I've never met the lady. I've only seen her on TV.
When she's not, you'll call that out?
Well, we have to. We have to be more cohesive in Australia. We have to build as united nations as we possibly can for the stability, the certainty, the confidence of our nation. And that's part of the reason why I think Malcolm Turnbull needs to continue as Prime Minister. We need that stability. We need the certainty and confidence that he brings to the role. And I think he'll do a very good job if given the opportunity.
Do you think the chopping and changing of prime ministers over some years now is part of the reason why these third parties
it's certainly it's contributed to it. I mean, I talked to many people on the pre-poll. I spent hours on the pre-poll, and people would and it's one of the great things about Australia is that their local member of parliament's there. They can walk up, they can shake my hand, say, "G'day, mate, how you going?" Or they can ignore me completely. They can vote for me or not. That access is terrific, and we need to maintain that access into the future. So I think that's an important part of our democracy now. I've forgotten your question already, David.
No, it was about the chopping and changing of prime ministers.
Well, the point that people made to me is, for God's sake, just back someone and back